Gajendra Moksha, the liberation of Gajendra, Puranic legend from the 8th skand of Shrimad Bhagwat Puran, the most sacred Hindu book. In this episode, the Supreme Lord Vishnu comes down to earth to protect Gajendra from the clutches of the crocodile. There was once an elephant named Gajendra who lived in the garden called Ritumat, which was created by Varun Dev. It was absolutely beautiful, filled with all the wonders for animals and humans alike. This garden was located on Mount Trikutu, the three-peaked mountain. Gajendra ruled over all other elephants in the herd. He was the king of the elephants. One day, as usual, he went out with his herd towards the gardens and rejoiced with all of them. Every single day, it was all about rejoicing. Whilst playing with the herds, he felt thirsty. And they went to the water. There was a pond nearby, and then it went there to quench their thirst. Suddenly, a crocodile living in the lake attacked Gajendra and caught him by the leg. The struggle continued. Gajendra's family tried to help. The other elephants also tried to help, but the crocodile would simply not let go. The struggle continued for years and years. Centuries went by. He trumpeted in pain and helplessness until he was completely tired. The struggle was endless, and he had spent all his energy, and the last drop of energy was also spared away. When he realized that death had come close, all the other crocodiles abandoned him. He was left in pain. Gajendra, in this situation, called out to Lord Hari Shri Vishnu to save him. He held a lotus up in the air as an offering, and he prayed with his innermost cry for the Lord. This was his last struggle, and he couldn't take it anymore. This was his only option. Hearing his devotees' call and prayer, Sri Hari Vishnu rushed to the scene. As Gajendra sighted the god coming, he lifted a lotus with his trunk. Vishnu was pleased with him. With his Sudarshan chakra, he cut the crocodile's head, severed it. and saved Gajendra. Gajendra prostrated before the Lord Vishnu. Vishnu informed Gajendra that he is one of his that he is a celebrated king from his previous births, but not only a king, he was also a devotee of Lord Vishnu. Now, Gajendra, in his previous life, being the king, a great king, who was also completely devoted to Lord Vishnu, Indradyumna. One day, a great Rishi Agastya, came to visit the king, but Indradyumna remained seated, refusing to rise up to receive the Rishi with due respect. Agastya was very unpleased and irate and noticed the mighty king, despite the greatness of his good deeds, had traces of ahamkar or ego, which revealed in his actions. And he revealed it to the king that in his next birth he would be born as an elephant, and in that form he would learn the hard way that the self must be renounced and surrendered to the God. The crocodile was also a Gandharva king in his past life, whose name was Huhu. This king, Huhu, was enjoying with women in the water, and while enjoying, he pulled the leg of a rishi there, who was at that moment offering prayers to Lord Surya Narayan. And the king pulled the leg just for fun because he was in that mode of joking. Upon this, the sage became very, very angry and immediately cursed him to become a crocodile in his next life. The repentant king begged the sage's pardon. The Rishi Devala explained that he could not reverse the curse. So he blessed King Huhu that Lord Sri Vishnu would slay him as a crocodile and liberate him from the cycle of birth and death. Liberation of both the souls in different ways. The symbolism is to date. Now, Gajendra is an integral theme in Vaishnavism and has great symbolic value. Gajendra is the man, the crocodile is the sin, and the muddy water of the lake is sansar. The symbolic meaning of Gajendra Moksha is that materialistic desires, ignorance, and sins create an endless chain of karma in this world. And they are similar to a crocodile preying upon a helpless elephant stuck in the muddy pond. Humans are always stuck in a continuous cycle of death and rebirth until the day when they can look beyond everything in the creation and ultimately submit themselves to the Supreme Lord, Hari Shri Vishnu. The whole story is similar to the story of Mahabharata. The struggles of one's life relating to the struggle between good and evil. Even in Ramayana, it was war between Ram and Ravan. The war between truth and untruth. These stories are very, very symbolic. As soon as the elephant enters into the river, the crocodile catches his leg in these powerful jaws. Now, the elephant tries his best to free himself, but he couldn't fight against the power of the crocodile. He tries his best, and his efforts are futile, and he loses the hope of life. He foresees death, and then only he starts praying and calls Lord Vishnu, who immediately hears his cry and saves his life. Now, in the material sense, if the life of an elephant has been saved by God, we call this story to be the salvation of an elephant, Gajendra Moksha. This story is the symbol of Maya, Jeev, Ashubh, meaning evil, and Mukti. The elephant representing the soul, the Jeev, which is caught by the crocodile in the Maya, and the power of the crocodile, symbolic to Ashubh or evil, which prevails everywhere in the society. Man inclines towards the evil as it is tempting. When an elephant goes to the river, the crocodile in the river awaits to catch the elephant. The power of the crocodile inside the river is greater than several times outside, as Ashubh is the weapon of Maya, right? And Maya, with its weapon, is invincible. Maya is enticing, and when a person is trapped by Maya, he is unable to liberate himself from its shackles. In fact, when a person falls into it, he cannot save himself. And that an elephant or Jeev caught by crocodile or Maya can only be saved by the mercy of God. When the elephant has no hope of life and foresees death, he starts to pray. He calls the God from the core of his heart, and whilst in the process of praying, his soul becomes pure, as true bhakti makes a person pure and revered. Prayer is the condition precedent for real bhakti. And when that seed of true bhakti is planted in the elephant's heart, he realizes that his body and his life is false. The earthly world is an illusion, and the germination of real knowledge or bhakti takes place. He thinks to himself, why am I crying for this body, which is merely an illusion? Bhakti is the path to salvation. The knowledge of reality or the realization of the ultimate truth. As soon as the elephant realizes this ultimate truth, he attains salvation, mukti. This story is a paradigm of God's mercy. When a person is under the mercy of God, no evil can harm him. This is an actual paradox. When a person leaves the greed for life, his life becomes safe. If one wants to live, he must know the art of death. As the elephant leaves his longing for his life, he attains salvation. This is the story of the elephant, Gajendra Moksha. Bhakti, the path leading to salvation, germinates with absolute dedication towards the ultimate truth, bringing closer to the great Lord. God, Hari Shri Vishnu.